Hi, it's Paul Sakis, Good News Broadcast. How do I say your name again?
Virgelio, but since birth I've been called Billy.
Yeah, I've heard that. Billy, all right.
That's easier.
Where are you from, Billy?
Middletown, New York.
Okay.
Originally from the Philippines, Malabon, Metro Manila.
Manila, okay. And so right now, where are we right now?
We are at the Kalayaan Hall of the Philippine Center here in Fifth Avenue, New York City, where they hold exhibits like this.
Congratulations, you have a photo show here. Tell us a little bit about your work.
Thank you. I started doing photography in 2009. Like everybody else, I just picked up a camera from the internet, and I didn't realize how fun photography can be. Before I knew it, I was hooked into it, hit by the photography bug, if you would. I became so much obsessed into it that sometimes I'm wondering what if photography was taken away from my life for whatever reason. I could no longer live without it. So,
Oh my God! Well, that's beautiful. Let's go over to some of your artwork,
Sure.
just because this is my part of town. Okay, I live on the Upper West Side.
Okay.
So Belvedere Castle up there.
Right.
Tell us what inspired you. Well, tell us what's a little bit about your work.
Okay, I'm doing HDR basically. With HDR, you take 5 shots of the same scene with your camera mounted on a tripod, and while I'm taking shots, sometimes people would stray into my scene, so they become part of the landscape. In this case, that's not really the case. The woman was there before I planted my tripod, but since I saw her in a very solemn state, I thought she would make a good subject. So that's why I took that.
Okay, here's one of the another park scene here. It's a well-known bridge.
Central Park, yes, I think that's a Gapstow Bridge on Central Park. That is indeed somebody straying into my scene. I already had my tripod mounted. I was shooting the scene with nobody on it, and then all of a sudden this woman appears. First she was standing up, and then as I took my bracket of shots, she started kneeling down. So I thought it was very idyllic, very pastoral, if you would. So, and plus it's fall, so there's plenty of color.
Times Square, USA.
Yeah, that's really a funny shot that I made because I wasn't even ready to take that shot. That guy was standing there for the longest time. I had time to pull my tripod out of my bag, screw my camera on it, plant it on the ground, and take a lot of shots, like 20 shots of him with not moving. All the other people around him are moving, so they're blurred. You can't see them.
That shot is not where the ball dropped. That is the one behind it,
Right, that's the opposite, right? That's behind.
I put the first sign on that building.
Oh, you did? Wow.
I did. So
Wow.
I've been around there for a bit. Now,
Awesome.
this is an interesting effect. Tell us about that.
Okay, for this one I used a fisheye, what's called a fisheye lens, supposedly because that's how a fish sees the world. I was just playing around with a fisheye. I had my camera pointed at, there's actually a heart-shaped thing, light inside those glass cylinders. And then suddenly a tourist, I guess, walks in front of me and started taking pictures. So he actually walked into my scene and became part of the shot.
All right, so give me a little bit about where can we find these pieces of work? How long is this show going to be going on?
Okay,
and you have a website.
Right, I do have a website. It's called solitudenyc.com. The show will be on until August 10th. That's a Friday. I guess, yeah, you can find my works at solitudenyc.com, and I constantly update them whenever I have new photos.
Congratulations. Last question. What's good news for you?
Sorry, what?
What's good news for you?
What's good news for me? What's happening right now is very good news to me because it's very rare that you get to see all your friends from disparate sections of your life who have nothing to do with one another except you. So it's really a thrill to see all my friends in one place, just for me.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
My name is Fiel Zabat. I'm from the Filipino film industry. I am a production designer for film, a stage scenic designer for television and stage.
Yay, okay. Beautiful. There's a great show called Pride of the Philippines. Is that still going on?
I have no idea because I just go back every year. I don't really participate in the entertainment industry right now. Yeah. But in New York, my contribution is to promote art and short films in the Philippine consulate. That is one of our, for 2 years already, we've been doing that project with the Deputy Consul General and the Consul General of the Philippine Consulate in New York City.
So you have different films that are done by Filipinos and short form, long form,
Yes.
and you share them with the community.
Well, actually, what we are gearing for are for young Filipino filmmakers to submit short films, and we present them. They call it the Sinehan sa Summer Shorts, which is what he calls for the festival for summer. These are short films that represent what he calls a percentage or just a slice of Filipino life in America.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Why did you go into scenic design, set decoration, the arts? What interested you?
I was actually interested then. Before I went to college, I took commercial arts and graduated fine arts, major in editing, editorial design and advertising design. But then somebody invited me to do television. So that's what I did. From television, I graduated to films and stage.
All right, and the Filipino Center here is really an active facility, it seems like.
Now it is really an active center of Philippine art and culture because it is more geared towards the young Filipinos in America to present the Filipinos, the Filipino culture to our young, growing Filipino population in America.
All right, last question. What's good news for you?
The good news is now that the future is getting brighter for my country, and basically whenever I go home, I see so much development, and I'm so much encouraged by the art scene, which is very thriving in the Philippines. The arts and the movie scene, the film industry is basically thriving, and so many film festivals all over the world are inviting the Filipino filmmaker.
Okay, that's great. Salama?
Thank you very much. Salamat po.
Okay, I'm here with Teresa Dixon de Vega. Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Tell us, you actually work for the Philippine government?
Yes, I'm the Deputy Consul General here at the Philippine Consulate, and I also manage the Philippine Center, which is the building where you're in and where the exhibit is being held.
And what else happens here? I've been in here before and I've walked by here before, and it always looks cheery.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, we try to keep this place humming with activities about the Philippines, involving Filipino American community members, involving officials, artists, entrepreneurs, business people, policymakers from the Philippines. So we have cultural events, we have business events, networking events, all really to showcase what the Philippines is about.
It sounds to me it's all about good news.
Yes, it is. So hopefully it is. Some great things are going on back home in the Philippines. We're experiencing an unprecedented era of economic growth, and we're also trying to highlight the many accomplishments of our artists, our business people, our academicians, and the many talents of the Filipinos here in New York also.
And to have this show here tonight?
This show, I think, is a wonderful example of the diversity of the talent in the Filipino-American community. Virgelio Carpio is a dedicated and passionate artist. He's making use of new technology in photography and digital photography. And I think he really presents a unique perspective of a Filipino artist here in New York.
Okay, two quick last questions. Do you have a website that people can go to learn more about what you're doing?
Yes, they can go to www.newyorkpcg.org. We have their information about activities here at the center, projects they can get involved in, and also good news about the Philippines.
Last question. What's good news for you, Teresa?
Good news is that my home country, the Philippines, is doing well in many aspects, economically, socially, culturally, and I think it's a great time for people to really get together and help the country really maintain a steady path of growth, sustainable growth for everyone. And also, as our tourism tagline says, it's more fun in the Philippines.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, hey, I'm here with Raul Estriana. Hi, Raul. How are you?
Very good, sir.
All righty. Tell us what brings you here tonight.
I was invited by our Deputy Consul General, Teresa Dizon, to attend the show for this for the art show, the paintings, what I understand. And I am a member of our biggest Filipino organizations here in New York and Tri-State. My organization is Philippines Independence Day Council Incorporated. We call them PIDCI. I'm a past president. I was president in 2008. And this year I'm the parade chair. Our parade is the longest that I remember for 20 years servicing the community. We almost have almost 130 organizations join the parade. And the Philippines Independence Day Council, we're having an election on the first Saturday of October. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join us. Every first Sunday of June, the parades will go on.
Tell us about your actual organization, because I believe it's a very large one.
Our organization is the largest organization in Tri-State. We have almost 650 organizations. Now we have 255 Filipino-American organizations, and still coming up and coming back our old organizations, the one who's supporting the PIDC.
Great. Do you have a website for it?
Yes, we have a website. You just type PIDCI.com or Inc. You can get PIDCI.
Beautiful.
The history of all the happening in our PIDCI.
Sounds like good news. Last question for you. What's good news for you?
Well, I think I'll try to retire on my community services because I'm the oldest, the most senior in our PIDC. And this is my 20 years servicing the PIDCI. And I'm also a president of our province. I'm the president of the Laguna Associations, one of the biggest and most populous back home. And I am also president of the Pinoy Pistoleros. That's my hobby. If I'm not playing golf, I'm playing, I shoot with my friends, and I play chess.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you very much, Paul, and have a nice day.
Your name is? Your name is?
Liberty.
Okay. And what's good news for you?
It's more fun in New York, especially here in Fifth Avenue.
Okay. Your name is?
Flor-de-Lis.
And what's good news for you?
It's more fun in the Philippines. We're going
Uh-oh.
to have a big trip in the Philippines.
All right. Your name is?
Gina Vicencio.
And what's good news for you?
New York is great.
Amazing. Amazing.
Okay. Your name is?
I'm Cody Carpio.
Aha. So, what brings you here tonight?
My father's exhibit gallery in Fifth Avenue at the Philippine Missionary Center.
Okay. Very good. And what's good news for you?
Everything this evening. I want to congratulate my dad for this very, very successful event. This is a very, very big milestone for his photography hobby. And it's just started as a hobby, and this got him to a very busy event. And I hope it goes well for him.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.